though he's only recently to form, yeah, he's so good.
Give him a Sand King treatment, take him out back, one in the back of the head, and be done with it. But will be a consideration for both these teams, and you can see NAVI changing up their opening here and going for the Enigma. I mean, CK, as strong as he is, he might be a fundamental hero, but he still can't escape a black hole.
Yeah, true. You can't. Trying to think where this will go for NAVI. The last game, my concern or my, I guess the frustrations that they brought the solo and dying. All right, we'll get to that in a second. But I think for NAVI, as long as they can play with a more, that look pretty good. This is the reason why Nick's Assassin is a little bit of a question mark. Why I don't like the hero too much. Like, even though there's a very clear concept of kill Storm, how many times would he chase to find the Storm, but he runs only for Sentry? He doesn't get it. So now, like, the whole aspect of your draft, which was punish the mid laner through the support, never came into play. And then when you get to the team fights, you got a Nyx. He's worthless. He's just awkward. He's a useless hero. So I think this time around, as long as NAVI can find a Zayat's hero that gives a little bit more of a punch to the fight, it could make life a little bit easier. But already the lane, if it is Enigma off lane with the Undying as a position 5, that is a setup for running at the Enigma, pressing Decay onto these Eidolons, trying to be a bit of a bully and put a wedge between Enigma's laning presence towards the carrier.
What kind of support hero can you get here for NAVI, which can lane well with the Enigma and also stop the aggression coming out from an Undying, plus, say, a Weaver or some other aggressive carry hero they could grab?
I think you kind of touched on it with, like, Weaver. Like, I just want to see a position 4 that goes to lane and constantly pressures. You can
so they take the Weaver themselves on
NAVI. Yeah, you could have like a position 4 Weaver if you want. You could. There's just a lot of options. I think Undying, when you want to stand up and be the aggressor, if there's ever kill threat against you, it's really rough. Like Tusk, for example, Zayat plays it is decent. You can shards the Undying. You can tag team him. Yeah, it's just really nice map play. You then free yourself up to make moves elsewhere. Down the same line of thinking, Marcy Monkey King that Zayat played also fit the same bill. Undying wants to step up, you just drag him. Sure, these are heroes that will be annoyed by Decay, but you want your position 4 to be the kill threat to enable Enigma to kill the Undying. That's basically the main thing I'm hoping to see from the position 4 of NAVI.
Find out what they can pull out of the bag. Yeah, monkey banned out. I like that. Oh, red. And I'm worried. I am. There's always that concern. The hero we've been talking about, DK. I mean, what if they just pick it here? I mean, they've already got the Enigma. Sure, Enigma's good. It's not the answer. Do you want to spend your whole draft trying to solve this problem? And what if you just get 2-0'd by back-to-back CK domination performances from Dark Lord? That's feels scary, man.
Okay. Look at Rubick themselves. I mean, Rubick Enigma. The matchup speaks for itself. Still Black Hole, feel good. NAVI. Respect it. And I feel like a lot of the analysis that we'll bring in the second phase will be referencing CK due to its prevalence of the qualifier so far. Double check NAVI drafts actually real quick. When was the earliest time that they haven't picked CK so far? They played Sven, they played Gyro, they played Ursa, Gyro, Windrunner, Morphling. They're yet to be a CK team.
Oh, they've ignored it. And, well, talk about the Marcy. It's going to come out now for them. Now, this is a hero we've seen in a few different positions so far. Feel like it's likely to be a support here?
Right, potentially it will be position 4. Just position 4. An abundance of team fight coming up from NAVI. The eventual BKB timing of the Marcy from the position 4 role, the egg, the black hole. These heroes don't like getting ran at though. It's like a lot of greed. Enigma Phoenix, they need levels to feel good. Marcy needs BKB to feel good as support. You do have laning advantages potentially depending on your matchups, but if your opponent is high-paced, it can be difficult. That's probably Navi's way to deal with a potential CK, is like this. you can't kill us all type of thing, where it's like don't kill Phoenix, there's an egg, there's Marcy, so it's like deterrent, and that's why 9Pandas, they go for the Weaver. It's a very strong lane with Undying Weaver. Undying can body the initiations. Weaver can play on range and should never get jumped himself, so not opposed to it. I'll just give a good point of scaling for Na'Vi though. It's if you don't get run out and lose your map in 20-25 minutes, your late game is very, very formidable. So
I'll be honest, I'm expecting really big things from the Zayat's Marcy. Like this needs to own and really save the top lane for them, because they've picked this, you know, Undying Weaver is a really, really common combo, right? You know, they picked Undying. I immediately said Weaver because we see it so many times. You've got the body and the damage, as you were saying. So they've picked this Marcy knowing what's coming. Surely they must have known what's potentially coming for 9Pandas. So I want to see it do well. I want to see the reason for this Marcy pick, because I don't see it myself, but then it's not a hero I understand really well. Now 9Pandas are going to brood. Holy moly. Double bugs.
Yeah. Oh, God. Navi's going to have to find some anti-aggressive heroes here. Like Pangolier could come to mind.
Yeah.
But you need to find heroes that can push out waves. Like, so there's no tower protecting here for Navi. That's the thing. Enigma likes to play from a strong lane to take down towers. They themselves go CK. Will it be? It'll just be off lane Bruno, I believe, for 9Pandas. I think it's Bukar that likes playing it in the off lane. I will need to double check who the player is for their team. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember who actually plays it. But I mean, Kiyotaka does play it mid as well. We'll see which lane it goes to. I've seen it been played off lane. I've seen it been played mid. The key thing here is that 9Pandas, once they get themselves out onto the map, Navi won't have a lot of time to farm items. There won't be this chill phase of the game where it's like, sit back and sit in the wave and push it out. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get to our Orchid soon on CK. No. This will be, we will play with the Broodmother, scooching around, getting kills. You'll quickly farm up beforehand. So we need to find a hero that can just delay that as long as possible to get themselves online, because once Navi's online, then sure, Brood and Weaver, they'll fall flat. Going into what Navi has could be impossible. The journey there will be very difficult for Navi, and we'll see what the plans are for 9Pandas. What do they see as the Sanctity mid-hero, high active heroes? Of course, Ember was a good ban before in the previous game. Probably Tiny again. I think Tiny with the crash landing, with a Kanda build, just blink, put a hero to half HP if not dead. Could be enough, and yeah, they ban it out. So Sanctity has to find the hero here that can give his draft some life and some time to deal with the onslaught of the double bug.
Yeah, it's two very slow cores versus you. I mean, they need to hold their lanes together. They need to hold the early game together. Ooh. I mean, there's nothing this mid pick can do about the lanes. We know our lanes. It's Phoenix Chaos Knight and it's Enigma Marcy. I feel like 9Pandas are really going for the jugular here, though. Like, this is kind of exciting to see in a draft. The team just goes so, like, hard and attempt to just force Navi out of these qualifiers.
Mm-hmm. I think it will probably be Brood off lane, like double checking the players a little bit more. It makes a bit more sense to put it there.
Trackers.
Yeah.
At least recently it's been Albukar playing it and Kiyotaka hasn't.
What would be the mid pick here that, if you really want to seal the deal, I think Leshrac would be very good for 9Pandas. Again, they do have the last pick of the draft, so they'll see everything. Now Navi themselves, we've already mentioned that Sanctity has a lot of pressure to find his hero. Playmaking, high damage hero that can keep the game alive. The heroes to find their time. And sure, we've already referenced Pango much earlier. Kind of stopped talking about it, but
yeah, it's the first one we mentioned. So it's good. I think it's good. It's probably the best pick in this situation. It's a tough situation is the only thing. So nothing they picked here was going to make me really kind of swing my vote. I don't know. I feel like 9Pandas kind of got them on the ropes here. The only thing they're lacking in 9Pandas is stuns and kind of lockdown of any kind.
No, I don't know if the draft's that drastic. Like, I'm very concerned for Navi, but if Navi execute, then like eventually they are unbeatable with this lineup. Like Brood falls off a lot as the game goes later. CK, we've seen it time and time again. Like CK into Weaver. Do you really think Weaver's going to be able to kill off a CK as the game goes ultra late? Like it just takes like one Rarity Rift with Illusion and Weaver's deleted. So I think like Navi, it's going to be very uncomfortable. Like as well, Marcy, when you get to BKB Basher, you jump onto a Brood Mother. Can Brood really kill off the Pango roll with the Marcy jumping you, the egg plus the black hole? Like late game Navi, like 30-minute plus Navi wins this game if you communicate, if you play well as a team. That is why this last pick for 9Pandas, I think I want to see them like triple down on that aggression. Don't ever allow Navi to get there and really showcase your ability to play the map very cleanly, very well. And yeah, they go for a voice.
What I was thinking of, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they have subscribed to beat your opponent in 30 minutes. This is the entire 9Pandas philosophy now in this game.
Exactly. We'll see how it works out for them. Very aggressive, very lane dominating from 9Pandas. They want to be coming out of those lanes with like a 2k gold advantage, a couple of kills under their belt, and all of their cores above their counterparts. Will they be able to do that? Well, we're gonna find out. Overall, the lane matchups, for the most part, looking pretty good. I don't know particularly how Broodmother lanes. I believe she's super annoying now with these necrotic webs, which just stop regen. Obviously, they don't stop it entirely, but it reduces regen, which is very annoying as a carry to play into. So, but you're not kind of comboing up with like a ton of harass. You know, it's a Rubick.
I could see Brood feeding though in this lane. With Phoenix getting fire. So like, if Navi get level 2 and they have stun, Reality Rift, Icarus Dive, and Fire Spirits onto a Broodmother, she will be dying. But if you don't get the early kills on Brood and she gets to level 6, plays on her spiders, plays kind of like the longer game, eventually farms up to her time, takes tower, that's when the game can get a bit more difficult. So I think the safe lane and pre-rotation should be Navi favored. Once rotations come into the mix, of course, it can easily change up. We saw how Yuragi was pressuring the Centaur in game 1. 2 rotations later, the game's deleted for Yuragi. And that is the same story here. Brood should be under pressure. But if Voice Spirit TPs or a Twin Gate gets used from Undying and Yuragi dies, that's when the pacing of the game really comes online for 9Pandas. So a lot of discipline is required for Navi to not overextend, respect the inevitable aggression from 9Pandas, and get themselves online as quick as possible, because this could just be a bloodbath from 9Pandas. This could just be a sync up as early as possible and sweep through the map. If not, I am expecting Navi to win out the late game.
Yeah, if they can get there, that's what it all comes down to. It's one of those drafts where one feels like it's on a and just needs to weather the storm. And we need a clean game from Yuragi here. You know, we know he's capable of it, but in this team specifically, he has been sacked off a little bit. They've generally prioritized other lanes and tried to find success elsewhere. The safe lane has suffered as a result. I don't think that can happen with a CK. You don't want him to be too far behind. This hero needs to kill to feel good. That said, he does just farm until like 25 minutes in most games we've seen it, but needs to be farming from ahead. So webs in the middle lane, but that's just Broodmother being annoying. Might leave this web here actually, due to the necrotic web. Yeah, actually, I think he's going to leave the web.
That's actually really cool.
That's super toxic, yeah.
Oh no,
oh my
what a
God.
shame. I'm so sorry that you have 15% regen reduction. Whoa.
Oh my God, that's that's actually it's very good, but yeah, it's also very silly. Not how the hero is supposed to be played. It's like it's one of those things where it's like, no, Valve didn't mean for you to do this, but also kudos for
but why didn't he then web mid, walk bottom, web bot, twin gate top, and then play on lane?
Yeah, you've only got like 3 webs to place down at a time, so
yeah, you do play on one web top just to win over every other lane. That does sound hilarious if they were to do that, but also maybe a grief if you don't have 2 webs top, but still. Support Brute? No, I don't.
Cook, we can get there.
No cooking.
We just need to workshop it a little further. But here all the lanes is there's a lot of violence taken out. They've got a lot of frustrations taken out on each other right now, it looks like. Bottom lane, of course, seemingly going excellently for Navi for the first trade. The Weaver tried to run forward and just got blasted in the face by these Eidolons. Zayas as well, just like throwing Solo over his shoulder and giving him a good old spanking. That's a good start for them. Let's see if they're able to keep up this momentum and shut down this Weaver Undying lane, which is so very scary.
Yeah, so Solo actually opted to not bring out any sentries on his first round of his courier. Therefore, the sentry advantage is going to go the way of Na'Vi in the bot lane. And what you just described for Weaver will just happen time and time again if they don't bring out additional sentries. And while in top, the lane is pushed up quite nicely for the Broodmother. So this level 2 timing of the CK might not be the most impactful, as Brood has the protection of her tower very close to her. Solo, his courier very late to come out with sentries. It's honestly maybe a very large mistake for Solo. He also gets jumped.
He's suffering for it right now. They've got a lot of damage coming down onto this guy with the Malefice, with the punches, with the rebound, but won't be taking him down. But this is very budget harass from Na'Vi is the thing. Like, they're not taking a ton of damage in response. Nephrit's not losing any resources. It's very, very nice. It's looking to be a successful lane for Na'Vi down at the bottom side. So we're really ticking one of those boxes for them to stabilize this early mid game where the aggression from 9Pandas needs to come from. Moving on the mid lane. It's pretty chill times. Sanctity obviously being pushed in pretty hard. Pango does seem to struggle in the early levels against most matchups these days. It's just how it goes. Nothing to get concerned about.
Zayas?
Yeah, maybe dying here, trying to get the deny. Not going to happen though. Dark Lord will be getting first blood. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's not the expected result after how strong the start of the lane went for Na'Vi. The sentry advantage. The lane was also pushing the way of Na'Vi. For Zayas to jump in was a little bit of a blunder. And we were going to be very happy claiming that. Also getting the Lotus as well. The safe lane of 9Pandas going well after a slightly turbulent start. In top lane, we didn't really see the level advantage utilized by Na'Vi to get the kill on Broodmother. They did a very good job on 9Pandas to hold the wave, so could have been some good laning advantages for Na'Vi. Not really they've been used.
Aggression. In the top lane onto Albica. I'm not sure they've got the damage to finish him off as he scuttles his way over the cliffs, but Yuragi chasing him all the way back under his tower and securing himself his own lane. They know that the support's away, securing the water runes, which Saya will do successfully, meaning that Pango does not get the bottle refill. I'm interested in bottom lane. Now that Zayas is back, full health, full mana, how's this lane going to look? They're going to continue being annoying, and Enigma getting his strength all sapped away.
As long as Nefrit farms efficiently, he will be going for like the Vlad switch he's got in his quick buy right now, maybe a drum as well. If he just syncs up with Sanctity plus the Marcy anywhere on the map, towers should fall. And Pandas, they don't fare very well when they're ran at. They like to be the one doing the running. Zayas does run away from the tombstone.
Yeah, not a really successful tombstone, but also Nefrit continuing to just kind of suffer a bit. Top side, just spells being thrown at each other as usual. Very gruely lanes right now. Albica gets a Chaos Bolt thrown at him. Mardy stacking up the Fire Spirits. Albica tries to come back in with the Insatiable Hunger, trying to heal up a bit, get a bit of CS from this as well. He might be in some trouble. Yuragi instead going for Sayu here as Nefri gets dropped down in the bottom side and the Weaver lives. Just about has the wand, heals himself up.
Did he come back in for the tail end of the tombstone and he died to... Wow, okay, so you can't say it, but he was still taking zombie damage. So Navi still playing up into a tombstone that was just expiring and died because of it.
He used demonic summoning and then got decayed, and that killed him.
Yeah, pretty rough.
Demonic summoning, of course, doing 100 pure damage to yourself now. They just brought him within killable range, and Undying saw him and brought him down. That's not how you want to be dying up here as Uragi getting chased now by Albica and Sayu up here in the top side. He can't live through this. The slows from Aldi, not enough, and Albica claims that he doth be delicious. Disgusting brood players.
Trying to get the kill. Not enough mana yet for... Okay, just enough mana for a jump.
Yeah, Kiyotaka just about going to live through this. Gets his spells off cooldown and gets himself to safety. Pressure from Sanctity, but ultimately not resulting in a kill. And that's starting to feel like what's been happening. Also a little last game as well. Navi, their plays, they almost work. Every time, they almost work, but they just don't have enough in the bank. And 9Pandas don't seem to have that issue.
What you'll find laying around. Precious bounty.
Maldi trying to exterminate some spiders here, getting out the flamethrower. The old lighter and deodorant can trick. Don't try that at home.
Not even with NAVI though, there's been multiple opportunities within laning phase to find kills, to find advantage, and again, they didn't capitalize on any of it. And on the flip side, 9Pandas, when they see the opportunity, they've taken it. I mean, the Weaver being top net worth. If we're not dying, and now, ooh, I say that, and finally,
Hey, they get it.
After 7 minutes of frustration for NAVI, they do punish this Weaver accordingly. When they go back for the tombstone, it does look like a freebie.
Again. Never, please. Jesus.
Here's a level 5 on
trying to kill off
dying.
the tombstone. He's just gonna deny it off, but yeah, this guy's pretty jacked.
Kitaga's here.
Uh-oh. The wraparound. He just wants the freebie. He wants the free Enigma kill, but he's gonna go on Zayats instead. It's easy to target. Doesn't know where Nefrit is, just assuming he was there. And we'll be able to convert on that one. I mean, they know that Nefrit's nearby because they can see the Vlad's aura on the Eidolon, so they actually know exactly where he is. And they'll know where the sentry is as well on the side of Na'Vi, but can they do anything about it? It'd be really good for them to be able to save their own sentry here. I think they will be able to do so as 9Pandas are backing themselves off. He's being so annoying, just trying to slow down this brood mother where he can. As in the mid lane, Rolling Thunder comes out once again. Kiyotaka trying to get himself away, has a regen rune in the bottle as well, so we'll be absolutely fine. Zats unable to help them get that kill, and once again, it's an almost, but I'm not even sure this one qualifies as an almost.
I think Sanctity really wishes he was either hitting the big rolls and getting the solo kills onto Void Spirit due to management.
Void Spirit
killing the
trying to
side
turn
lane,
around onto him. Yeah, we'll be okay though.
Yeah, it's just the way that he's playing out right now. It's like 2 Rolling Thunders onto a Void Spirit who has multiple forms of disengage. We're not seeing the effect of the early game Pangolin.
No.
I think the side lanes would have loved a little bit of assistance. Maybe in top, kill the brood once, maybe twice, and open up the game. But instead, Albica is actually running at the CK.
Wow, and with the help of Solo, they might just be able to do that. They had nothing to kill off this tomb, so Dark Lord even coming in for this one as well. The 4-hero collapse onto the top lane. Maldi trying to get away, but there's nothing he can do. Albica's going to cut down another one. Brood starting to take over the top lane. This is the aggression we wanted to see from 9Pandas, and it's looking pretty crispy so far.
It's all off the back of Sanctity not being able to utilize his hero the best of what the game needs, right? Like, as soon as his spells are on cooldown, 9Pandas, as the switch gets turned on, they're like, okay, we know exactly what to do. They mass TP or twin gate TP, move to the top lane, and takes 1 CK death to shove the jungle. Guys, he's not going to want to TP back up to this lane. He doesn't want to play here, and now Sanctity's joining his team to see what we can do, but it's just a little bit too late.
Yeah, we need him to be a game-defining mid laner this game, and so far it's been very, very just lackluster.
Just played mid lane for a little bit too long, yeah.
Yeah, but let's see. Can he start making some magic happen? Albica senses something's wrong. They have an observer, sees something is wrong, and runs himself away. Bottom lane, though, the push is good. The bottom tower's taken most of its health as damage, so the tower trade won't be too bad to finish off here for Na'Vi, potentially. 9Pandas do have a pretty vested interest in keeping all these tier 1s alive, though. Them to play aggressively, having all points of teleportation and available are very, very important. Pulls out from Rubick. So, what is the best play for Sanctity to make now? He has the Arcane Rune bottled up. It's got about 30 seconds left on it before it's going to pop. I feel like killing the Weaver is probably kind of difficult. Top lane is probably where you're most likely to find some success, and an Arcane Rune followed by a bunch of swashbuckles seems like a reasonably good way to try and kill off the Brood. But right now, Albuquerque's just playing very, very carefully. Seems to know he's the threat, just wants to hit a good timing on his Orchid and play the game from there.
Yeah, they've hit the window of Brood games where it's like, killing the Brood now, it feels like a little bit too late. Because even if you are to kill the Brood, the time spent with not utilizing the tier 1 TP, having to like use tier 2s or run over there, it's such a time sink that Weaver will farm with 2 waves bottom plus a jungle. Void Spirit will be able to push out mid and maybe also join the fight top. It is not a comfortable position to be in, and it's why you have to use resources in the early game to kill the Brood during laning phase, to rotate on her in the early skirmish pre-losing your tower. I'm sure they do trade bot, even jumping in, trying to set up for a potential black hole. Even Zayat's here as well, but not hitting the rebound.
Yeah, that's a little tricky. Nice voice line from Dark Lord as well as he scuttles his way out of that one.
And
easier.
It's so uncomfortable to watch, actually. Like, this has not been a very good 11 minutes for Navi. They are
new.
Really need to clean up. This is an elimination game, don't forget.
Another day, another rebound, which doesn't connect. Kiyotaka, a pretty hard target to bring down with that one, but they should be able to at least kill off Sayu here, so Sayu will cook to Maldi's fire. Now maybe a tier 1 tower in the middle lane could be an option, but I imagine 9Pandas want to retaliate to this one. Feels very unlikely for me that they'll just let this tower fall, especially with the amplified damage on the Void Spirit. And he goes in immediately, looking at Sanctity, catching him as well with the Remnant, predicting the swashbuckle nicely, and force them off the tower.
He did not have the second Astral Step to be able to commit onto the pain clear. He disengages, and net worth, we see it on the left of your screen there, Brood up top, Weaver second. Yeah, just building this lead that will really allow them to take over the game. We expect this draft to be the aggressors, and it doesn't lead so early on. Melody might have to egg here, but again, Kiyotaka showing so much restraint.
Yeah. It's been really easy to just throw that one down there, and with an army of spiders coming his way, that's going to spook him all the way away. Although once again, coming back in, wants to be there to drop the egg if a team fight does take place. Yuragi initiating onto Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka, they maybe not the type looking for there. The Chaos Bolt was used but disjointed by Dissimilate and now stolen by the Rubick as well. So Sai has a stun to work with. Only level 1, a little the same, could be a difference maker. The Eidolons are here from Nefrit. Very, very tanky. And with the Vlads in range earlier, decent damage dealt to the tower. Just a little reminder that Nefrit is around. He's going for the Blink Dagger and he's going to have it pretty shortly. Maybe this is the timing which Navi first start playing with here. Although, they see the Weaver oh, they don't see the Weaver fire. That was a Radiant Ward. Weaver sees them running at him. It's in the middle lane. Malady's just gone. Shredded. And, yeah. Pull the duck in the middle lane. The 9Pandas.
Don't really do much on the map. They're chasing for opportunities, they're trying to find the kill, but they don't have the reliable stun, that point and click pick off hero up until the items enable them. It's why Kiyotaka is playing so aggressive in the mid, why Dark Lord is not really caring about how he farms in bot lane. All 3 9Pandas cores are on a trajectory of soon to be unkillable. I mean, they need to make a move together. Keep trying, but to no avail. Nefrit, he's got the Blink Dagger. He's hit the black hole on top lane.
He certainly has. Going on to this Brood, but they still haven't even half health here. And Solo comes in from the side, trying to help out. Zayat's on him, though. Beautiful rebound. Gets the catch, gets the kill. And now look to Solo as well. And that's going to be a second one coming in for Zayat's here. Take down the Tombstone for a little bit of extra pocket money. And Zayat's just got a whole big fight.
He's overstaying his welcome top lane, and yep. He'll be dying, but yeah, for Navi at least, you finally connect. It take a little bit of a, I say greed from 9Pandas, right? They're showing top, they're showing bottom, they're showing everywhere. So at some point, the initiation will come in and Enigma going for that second item Blink Dagger.
Yep, that's what we wanted to see, you know, get the Blink Dagger, find the initiation, get that highest net worth hero. Next time, the Weaver will probably be on the cards. I was saying before, it's easier than ever for Weavers to escape danger with the skitter step. Very, very quick hero. 9Pandas are starting to gather on the top side of the map here. They don't want to play a part any longer. I mean, Sayu doesn't have a choice, really. Luckily, Zayats doesn't have Unleash available, which means that the Rubick will live, at least for the time being. Playing under a ward as well, so he feels very safe right now.
Naragi is a tree line away from despair. He's TPing in here. Okay, maybe he's trying to bait the fight. Pango, again, like he said, he's in the area, but
he will get orchided if he's not careful, and that means no egg for you. Rubick unable to secure the kill here, though, so the Phoenix will get away. Zayats and Nefrit wrapping in around the back here. They're going through the portal. Zayats doesn't actually have a ton of mana to work with. Actually has a greater healing lotus. A little awkward. You're playing with an Enigma who doesn't have Black Hole, so it's just Link Malefice and then try to blast him down with the Unleash. It's not the boldest strategy I've ever heard of, to be honest. It might just work.
They smoked up. They're trying to find the Brood again. RC Enigma. No vision to play on the. They're running through the fog, hoping to just bump into the little old spider. Yeah. 9Pandas really positioned for this pickoff.
No,
spread quite thin.
I'm a little worried as well, because if they do try and blow up the Brood just with Enigma's damage and the Unleash, if Albert is quick, he can just get one right click off on the Marcy. Apply that. Oh dear, they found the Marcy. Alright, Zayat's finally punished for his aggression. And, well, trying to stand his ground. Not doing a terrible job. Rebound away, kills off the bug. Zayat is living for now. Styling him, actually. In comes the Glide in from the Weaver. Black Hole is ready, though. And they'll drop it onto Dark Lord and bring down the Weaver. With the stolen Black Hole. Lands onto 3. Oh, it's just phenomenal from Sayu. Can the follow-up come through? Iragi still surviving for the time being, but will go down eventually. Sanctity trying to fight up. Does he have a team? Zayats is behind, as is Nefrit, but there's nothing they can do. Rebound actually cancelled by the blink of Nefrit, so Zayats now in a slightly awkward position, moving north and trying to get the TP away, but doesn't actually have a TP scroll on him, so things could get a little bit awkward here for Zayats if he's not careful. Creep's also trying to give away his location, but he will escape.
Navi, they find the pickoff. They feel good for a moment, but they just didn't have enough layered aggression to protect the Enigma during the Black Hole to prevent the steal. The Rubick was able to kind of sit on the back, get that, wait for the opportunity to turn it around. And Navi, they're trying to be aggressive. They're trying to find little opportunities, but at the end of the day, 9Pandas are just so much stronger if they're able to read the fight accordingly.
Yule's nearly up for Maldi at least, so that's going to give him some way to keep himself alive a little longer in these fights.
Actually, yeah, like he gets hit by the Black Hole. We are going to be seeing Marcy die top lane. Like, imagine if Maldi got the egg off there. Maybe if he jumped in, had the mana, because like during the dive he didn't have mana, so he'd have to cancel dive, press wand, then egg. It's probably why he didn't get egg off, because in that moment like he's probably clicking it. Oh, whoops, and then he get Black Hole, right? And all these fights, so it's a matter of like what ifs. What if the egg got off? What if they were able to find the Rubick? What if he cancelled Black Hole earlier to layer with the Orchid? Not to be the case though. 9Pandas, no 6,000 gold lead. BKB on the Broodmother, Gleipnir on the Weaver. They want to keep going forward. They want to keep trying to force Navi to make mistakes. With the heroes that Navi have, it just takes one poor fight and it will be very hard for them to bounce back on the map. A wasted Black Hole or wasted Rolling Thunder, all that team fight will fall apart.
It's It's been very chill, honestly, for the side of 9Pandas. They are pretty confident in their timings. They're not trying to force anything too hard. Just slowly building their advantage by playing the map. Now they're going to get into Roche. Roche scanned out instantly by NAVI. They need to get hit quick, and with the CK coming over, they might be able to do it. 25 seconds on Black Hole, but they do have an egg available. Roshan is dead, though. They're not going to get here in time. Aegis onto Dark Lord. Do they fight it anyway? The scan has connected from 9Pandas as well, so they know where NAVI is hiding right now. They know the tree line they're in. Effort. 8 seconds on the Black Hole. If there is to be a fight here, he will likely get a chance to use it. Can they protect it from the Rubick? Eidolon barreling down the bottom lane as well. Yataka just going to deal with these. Albuka back to his home up in the top lane, back to his lovely warm nests.
Yeah, as much as Navi was smoked up, it was just a little bit too late for them to want to commit for the contest, and I do respect them just backing away. They haven't really completed any items. Do you feel confident in a full 5-on-5 with an Aegis? As I say that, Zayax is ulting to hit up the creep camp. You've got everyone's just hoping to get to their next item, and maybe after the Aegis, Navi will sync up to be relatively aggressive. Like if we look at all the items in Navi, it's BKB soon on Marcy Enigma, Manta on the CK, like Manta on the Pango. Like they, destined for some survivability. But this will be the window that 9Pandas, we expect them to want to keep punishing Navi. Will they do it though? Will they sit back themselves? It's a good question to ask these teams. I'd like to think 9Pandas, surely, with the Axe pick up on the Void Spirit, this has to be the window that they try to eliminate Navi from this series, from this qualifiers.
Yeah, that feels really hard to play into, actually. Now you have a cancel for the Black Hole on the Void Spirit. I mean, he already had the Astral, the Aether Remnant. Now you have another one, which is even easier to get off. It's always nice to have these kind of like no-think cancels where you just blast him down. It needs to be a really, really good Black Hole from Nephrit. All he needs is BKB. He's very, very close. Navi just need a little bit more time for that, and then some excellent initiation in the fights. That's also trying to find his BKB down in the bottom side. They just don't want to fight into 9Pandas right now, and I don't blame them. Oh dear. Kiyotaka finds the Enigma, and Phoenix also in similar troubles here. Does manage to get himself under the tier 4s. Is that even going to matter though? The spider is coming. Albuka, that's so aggressive. The TP is going to come from Yuragi, but Brew just runs down the cliff and she's absolutely fine. BKB available still as well.
What a poke. What a statement play to make. It's, hey, Navi, this is our map. You do not belong anywhere outside of your base right now.
Necrotic webs stopping the tranquil boots from healing Maldy as quickly as well. God. Navi probably hates spiders right now. God forbid any spider comes into the Navi boot camp for the rest of the day.
True. It's going to be a little bit worrying.
It gets squished.
20 regen inside webs and like 30 outside. Yeah, come on. Please.
Yeah.
Sure, okay, I feel like the necrotic webs, at least it should be like relative to, you know, maybe the positioning of Brood. Like Brood's close to you, you lose regen. But yeah.
Yeah.
Navi just must wait. They don't do anything. If they're lucky, they'll get to more items. If 9Pandas want to fight, they fight. 9Pandas are systematically breaking down the map. You take mid, you go bottom, you take the bottom towers.
Yeah, they're sacrificing their map, sacrificing their buildings for time. That's all they need is time. Enigma's going to have the Black Hole available with a BKB coming up very, very shortly. Marcy also going to have that BKB very shortly from farming up this bottom side. CK, he's got the Manta on the way very shortly as well. So we're about to have about 4 massive timings picked up from these guys. Comboed out with a Pangolier, who's also going to grab himself. Not quite sure what he's buying. Oh, another Manta. Okay. Yeah, he's just one component away from a Manta as well. So 2 Mantas, 2 BKBs will be online for Navi in the next minute. This is the biggest timing you could possibly hope for. Aegis is going down in 10 seconds. I've never seen a more obvious window to go and make a smoke play. Unless they really want to wait for Roshan to respawn, but Team 9Pandas already setting it up. They've already read it pretty nicely. See the caution they're showing here, from diving tier 4s to barely stepping close to the middle lane. Sayu, it'd be to be jumped here, dude. He doesn't care at all.
Yeah, it's like 9Pandas, they know that if they make a mistake in this game, they respect what Navi has, what to play on. And timings are kind of coming into play. Marcy just got BKB, Enigma has a BKB, CK has them. Like everything I just mentioned, like the double BKB, the double Manta, like every hero bar Phoenix just picked up a tool to brush off the Orchid to survive the Voice Ray. And this is why they're smoking up. If they can't find the jump, they have plenty of team fight. This is potentially the comeback for the Navi.
Oh my god, the Phoenix has just got already, but they're committing regardless. But the C, okay, they've taken down Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka actually going to buy back, but they've lost Solo as well. Dark Order the backline being punched up by Zayats. He actually can't fight Zayats here, which is hilarious to say. Zayats actually running away under the cover of BKB. Doesn't want to fight with the Weaver, so is going to lose his life. Meanwhile, on the backline, they're just trying to catch the Enigma. Yuragi holding steady for now. Surely there's a black hole coming sometime soon, and that is not what anybody was hoping for. Didn't have the BKB for it, didn't have the damage. Nefra and Yuragi both going down, and Navi, it's not the triumph of this fight. It's not a good fight. It's messy, it's broken, and it might just be the end of the line for them.
The execution just was not there. Navi start with Malady leading the charge, but he gets caught by multiple silences and stuns. He cannot get the Yules off to then egg. On top of that, the Enigma BKB very early in the fight to not hit the black hole. He was scared of the Rubick whilst getting pressured by the Brood. So when he does hit the black hole, he's wasted the BKB already. Pango's off zoning a Weaver. Like, Navi was so disconnected in this fight as a team. Pandas utilize the buyback, the outpost to get straight back into it. Navi, they need to clean up their act if they are to win this game, to even have hope of showing us any form of comeback. Because that was their moment. They had all the items, all the the damage required to break down this net worth deficit they have, but not executing the
Kiyotaka here again. I mean, this is a dieback on Kiyotaka if they can kill him, but a rebound just an instant off the Maldi. Look for the turnaround. Surely the egg must come out here. Maldi will get it off, protecting the players on the side of Navi. Dark Lord though, he's just going to be able to come in and kill it. And the cube, it's rolling around the fight, causing all sorts of issues for the side of Navi. Stun does connect though onto Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka without buyback would be a decent kill here, but he's going to get the astral step down to the low ground. Instead, they'll kill Sayu. Albica running down the low ground here after sniping Nefrit. He's going to get away with his life, and it's just consolation prize after consolation prize for Navi. Never getting the girl in the end, never getting the main fight they want. Okay, they've got stun, they've got damage, they will be able to take down the fighter. Dark Lord though, he's committing, he wants to fight this. He's looking at Yuragi right now, and he thinks he can take it, he might well just be right. Zay's trying to help out here, using the sidekicks, giving the lifesteal, but it's just not going to be enough. Yuragi is dead, and Dark Lord runs away on 50 HP. How does he get away with that? Sanctity just about manages to TP himself out to safety. And once again, if they get both the cores, then maybe we can say something positive for the side of Navi, but with what just happened, it's just so hard to say anything good about what's happening for them.
Yeah, this is one of those like pit in your stomach games if you're like a Navi player, if you're a Navi fan. Like, you see the opportunities, they're presented in front of you, but every time it just falls flat. They haven't found that kind of perfect layering, and of course it's props to 9Pandas. They keep chasing the fight, they keep preparing themselves to turn it around, surviving on a sliver of HP, baiting Navi into trying to take opportunities that they maybe shouldn't be, or should respect the vision game a little bit more.
It's like you've got a child and they've like they've got the blocks and the shit in the holes, and it's like got the triangle piece. And he's about to put it in the triangle, and then he switches and goes to the square last second. You're like, no, it was so close to working for you, but I realize how ridiculously condescending that is. I do apologize, but I'm sure the analogy still stands as Kiyotaka and Sanctity trading in the river. We'll just get away once again. Shield ring grab for Sanctity here. Something to play with as we see the highlights
they kill
here.
the Brood, and then Yeah, Yuragi, rather than going for the Void Spirit, he then turns back around for the Weaver, and then obviously Weaver nearly dies. And like, the three of them, they kind of go on two different heroes in the moment, and nearly actually, you know, stuns up the Sanctity as well. We missed that, but the margins that Navi are playing with.
Go though.
Smoked
Another
up.
fight taking place here. Again, it's a 13k net worth lead for 9Pandas. The Brood is so very far, but Yuragi, he's getting to the point where he can just blow heroes up if he sees them, but he struggles to connect with the Brood, so instead will go for the Brood, but they're just trying to block. In comes the Spider, but the Black Hole comes out to make sure that that egg will pop, and it will. They'll turn around and bring down the Spider. All is given to keep Navi's egg alive, and that might be the play they're looking for, as they'll eat up Solo as well. And the triangle just went through the whole Navi, just put it together. It wasn't the most show-stopping black hole I've ever seen in my life, but it was exactly what was needed in the moment. And now they can get Roshan.
They finally laid the spells. That's the key thing. They smoke up, they find a jump, they protect the egg, they keep the black hole alive, they don't give away the black hole, and it's outside Roshan. Like we said, that Navi was the lineup to play for the late game, to be the stronger team when they get there. They've been punished on their poor execution for nearly half an hour of the game. But it just takes that one fight outside the pit to get the Aegis, and Navi, there will be a lot more confident coming into these future engagements, but they need to construct it on their own terms. If they do, they are the stronger lineup. But if 9Pandas are able to poke and prod and to pressure Navi's positioning, then of course they can easily still be punished. As much as it's 9Pandas favored, I still believe in Navi's lineup to be the stronger lineup as the game progresses.
It should work for them, right? Like it should work for them, but they've gotten so much through this early game on the side of 9Pandas, you know, that every single one of these heroes is going to be an issue. All three cores going to be so damn strong. But Navi are getting there. The CK has taken his place, as we've seen every single CK do at the top of the net worth chart, has the ability to just turn heroes into warm butter on a summer's evening. 32 minutes in, they have made it to the late game here on Navi, but still a bit of a deficit to work through. That said, Aegis on the CK gonna be very, very nice, and with later the game gets, the more value you get out of these really long cooldown abilities. Black Hole and Supernova, all of a sudden they're gonna be up every fight. The cooldowns, the death timers, gives you that time for these abilities to come back, so you have them every engagement. You can see 9Pandas being a bit more aggressive on the map at the moment because they know the Black Hole isn't up, but they've got it timed and they know that when it's back they'll get themselves away, and certainly the map will belong to Navi for a while.
A disconnect just to, you know, gather ourselves to understand the real situation of the game. These are the worst games, I'll be honest, because you can see the path for Navi to win a fight. It's like one mistake from one player. Stand in the wrong position, use your buyback incorrectly, don't hit the black hole, don't hit the egg, and 9Pandas will just be gifted a Rax or you know, something that just further complicates the game. And we'll see if 9Pandas can find a way to do this. Again, they have it in plenty of forms. Like Undying with the shard tombstone save can easily turn around a black hole moment.
Yeah, that's a big one actually. One you don't really think about when it comes to black hole saves, but tombstone's going to be huge. Do you have any cancels for the black hole inside BKB? Not really. It's just the stolen black hole from Sayu which can do it. He's even gone for a BKB himself, so if you want any idea on what Sayu is thinking about this game, he's only thinking about one thing. Nephrit. He's got in his mind. A picture of him in his wallet. Middle tower finally falls at 34 minutes. Yuragi takes it down. Top lane, the last tier 1 tower of the game. 9Pandas top lane tower, still standing. I'm not sure that's going to change anytime soon. There's just too many bugs on this damn map. That's the thing, like a Broodmother alone is annoying enough to deal with, but a Broodmother and a Weaver just scuttling around your map, cutting your waves, like... These 9Pandas can play from behind very, very nicely, and they're not even behind yet. He just might just be a way to kind of farm Navi back into an even position. I don't know how much we're going to see in terms of action.
This game has the makings of just becoming a stalemate. You know, the team that wanted to be aggressive has been halted in their momentum. Another team, if they don't execute, will just fall apart. They are down 8k, and because of that, it is the product of a farming game. Exploration, of course, will be pivotal for either team. I'm saying that whilst the CK still has an Aegis, but it doesn't look as if Navi are wanting to use this to really make any gains back into this game.
Yeah, like they're just farming it, keeping things like 50-50 at the moment. I mean, sure, it's an 8k gold advantage for the side of 9Pandas, but the later it goes, the less that means, right? In this way for a while. There is actually a play being made here by Navi up to the top side. Without their CK, that is very bold. Without their Aegis hero, he's TPing to the outpost, but he's gonna be late if they do stumble across someone here, so...
Gonna find Solo, he's showing a wave.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird target, because he's got the kind of instant buyback mechanic of Ceaseless Dirge.
He's trying to hide! He's dead, so dead.
Rest in peace, King.
And then you hear the undying laugh.
The laughter, it's so good. I love that sound effect so much. The first time I heard it, I was oh my god, goodness me.
Did you really kill him? That's the question.
It fell right into my trap.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He didn't, he still died. Still get a lot for it. But they're going to utilize this and immediately go again. Now it's their time to look for the fight. They find Nefra on the front lines. It could be huge. Instead, they'll see Zayat. So jumping on Kiyotaka. Zayat has a BKB. He's going to use it immediately. Reality Rift onto Kiyotaka. They find the Phoenix. Phoenix is just cut down dead. Uragi looking for a target to find Solo. He wants to bring down the Undying, but look at the damage which he's taking on Uragi here. He's got to be careful. Pops the ultimate, tries to turn around the fight, but Albica is going to be the target. But Uragi is running out of health, has no ages, trying to heal up the black hole. It's good. Is it enough? Well, he gets some 2 kills. Sayu trying to steal it. Not able to do so, though, as he's now getting beat down himself. I don't know how his spell feels on cooldown, even though he doesn't have a spell, but he's going to lose his life. Sayu brings him down. Oh, the Lincoln Sphere on the Enigma. Genius from Nefrit. Cancels the ability for 9Pandas to respond, and just like that, 4 heroes dead. Navi, they put it together.
What a fight as well, like the confidence to fight into the river. Your Phoenix has died. Okay, got a little bit more of a poke and he's gonna die again.
Done.
Yeah, he's right, gems recovered. These fights are always so nail biting, right? When you have
stinker.
Like, you're playing in the river, the Tombstone on the high ground, like the Brood's holding the high ground as well. CK's like dragged the Brood into like this massive duel, and it could have been so spooky, but yeah. The Enigma comes in clutch, hits the black hole, prevents the steal from the Rubick. So you're not ready for the Lincolns. Of course, if he saw the Lincolns a little bit earlier, he would have played the fight differently to ensure he stole the black hole. I mean, they now make the game very equal. The net worth finally, maybe even swinging the way of Navi if they can have a couple creeps to just get 500 more gold or something. But
yeah,
the team fights very much Navi favored now. He's hit the black holes before. If 9Pandas are to win a fight, it's all on him. It's all on this Rubick.
Yeah, they need this bottom tower as well. It's even harder now the Enigma has a Lincoln Sphere. Obviously you have Fade Bolt on the Rubick, but that might not be enough. It's tricky in the middle of a fight. You have to cancel it so quick. There's so many things for him to do. I don't know, man. 9Pandas, they're back up. They're ready to fight. Will the next black hole be as good as the last? Will Rubick make the steal? Will Melody stay alive for more than 0.5 seconds? These are the questions you got to be asking yourself now. This Brood is just also terrifying. You saw how long she lived in that fight. It finally took a black hole to take her and the Weaver down. They were just taking chunks out of the CK, who is so farmed, so big. You notice Dark Lord going for the drive-by, cooching through all the illusions just to get as much damage off as possible onto Uragi and his cohort. Such an interesting game, though. Like, you have Sayu, who's kind of like the pseudo core on the side of 9Pandas, looking to just be the black hole, be their Enigma, and then you have Zayats, who's even a pseudo core. He's just a core. He's just gonna go and right click people in the fights, and he can take down pretty much anyone with this BKB.
Zayats' job is just to get into the middle of the fight, to open up the engagement, like allow for the Enigma to see the fight perfectly before choosing when to black hole. And on top of that, it's only a bonus if Marcy can find the Rubick. Hang on, getting jumped to them.
See it, yeah. He's out as well, but can they keep him alive? I reckon so. Sanctity gets to live for a little bit longer. There comes the gluttony onto Uragi. Uragi chilling for now, jumps onto Dark Lord. He's got to be careful though, nullified up right now. Alpha's coming to take chunks out of him. He's down to half HP. Uragi needs some help. Where it's going to be there, the black hole as well, but Uragi's already gone. Is it going to matter? They'll take down Sayu. They won't be able to get the kill to the Void Spirit though, or maybe they will. He's still stunned, and he will fall. Solo in the middle of it all, also going to go down, and Zayats beats the hell out of him. There is another carry in this game, and his name is Zayats. He takes down the spider. The spells from NAVI are too damn strong. It doesn't matter if you kill their carry. It matters about the team fight, and Nefru just ain't missing at this point. Look at that damage. You let this Phoenix... This is why the Phoenix is dead first every fight, by the way, because if he's not, that's what happens.
It's the type of fight where, like, Uragi is not the carry in this game. As much as you'd love to see him be the carry, like, he walks in, he's the damage soak, and as soon as... Yeah, you could argue you could have played it better, but anyways, you then get this perfect layering with it. The Enigma comes in to save the day with the black hole. Zayats instantly finds the Rubick, who tries to go for a late steal of the black hole, but instantly goes down. And yeah, it's so hard for 9Pandas to do the damage. They've lost their window of being the pacing team, to be the team that can constantly find good fighting. How do you fight into an egg and a rolling thunder with a black hole, with the tankiness of the CK, with the raw damage of a Marcy, and the ability of Marcy as well? You got the blink dagger, you got the rebound shard, so Marcy can just find an enemy and jump off of them. Like, Marcy should never have positioning issues unless she's jumping into the base by herself.
Yeah, unless she does this.
Yeah, exactly, but...
Yeah, so thankfully there's 2 heroes dead, so it gets away with it for now, but still, that is a ultimate and a BKB. I didn't use a BKB, but ultimate down. A little awkward, but it's fine. Roshan should be respawning any second now. Gem in the pit, gonna give them all the information they need for that one. Will they have their cooldowns back for the next fight? Not if 9Pandas are quick, and that is exactly what they're planning right now. 4 heroes smoked up. It's Radiant side, so the Void Spirit will be able to TP in. A huge opportunity here for 9Pandas to turn the tables. 35 seconds on the black hole. Egg is there, but it might be really tricky for them. Roshan is getting low. Dark Lord's coming. They're going to have the vision with the bugs. This is a really awkward position for NAVI to be in right now. Uragi, he knows he's going to try and finish this. Sanctity as well, going for the rolling thunder. They'll grab the Aegis. Nothing really happens. They're trying to get the Enigma on the backline, but the Enigma's managed to escape. Uragi on the front. He's in trouble, but he's actually got the shield runes, and he's absolutely fine. Just going to have to get away from the DK. Nefrit has been killed off. Buyback available from him should he want it. 3 seconds left on black hole cooldown as Zayats also getting hunted here. It's looking very awkward very quickly. Uragi suddenly finds himself all alone. BKB will be available in just a few seconds, but it looks like he is going to lose his first life, and I'm not sure he's going to have the health to survive to his second one.
He's like 3 seconds away. So 10 seconds away.
He's a bit too far though. Surely. Uragi keeps the fight going, but the Pangolier is dead. Alpaca, he's trying. Sayu is in a very good position to counter this though. The Enigma can't turn up. He's gonna run away. And NAVI, they get destroyed in this engagement. And that is not the fight you want to see for them.
Yeah, for NAVI, this is the first fight where they haven't leaned on their positioning advantage. They're playing in the low ground area of the pit. The vision goes the way of 9Pandas. Of course, Enigma does go down. Even with the buyback, he was looking to try and turn it around. He TP'd in. He was like a blink plus a little bit away to get to the fight, but it was a matter of seconds if he was to join. And yeah, we just died too quickly. And this is what I was saying with the thing. It's like you make one error, and of course 9Pandas will swarm over you. They made the error at the Roshan, It's always so volatile to play the team fight lineups, but NAVI will of course be kicking themselves because it felt like this should have been their game to win. All the moves they made to get to this position, and it's one Roshan call, one poor amount of vision, and 9Pandas are very much back in the game, extremely back and forth in the late game of this one.
Double fortify buys them a little bit of time, but it's looking like it will be mega creeps. Although that 9Pandas, they're moving slow here. 15 seconds on the CK. Sanctity might be able to slow them down with the Rolling Thunder here, and that's exactly what he's going to try and do. But it's getting interrupted. They're on top of the Marcy. Marcy! She needs some help, and she's not going to find it. Trying to stand the ground here with the Unleash, with the BKB, but they're not letting it go. Key Attacker's going to cut him down. Zayats is gone. Buyback available, but doesn't have Unleash, doesn't have BKB. The Supernova comes down as well. They're able to respawn on the CK. Black Hole onto Key Attacker. It'll do. No refresher on an effort, though. Now, that's just not going to be in play for the next 2 minutes. They'll get to respawn, and they'll have a very small window to maybe try and force a fight as 5, or maybe they'll just get a chance to come back. I mean, I think they're happy with what's happened here on 9Pandas. You know, they take 2 lanes of barracks.
Yeah. They're very happy with this. They instantly dealt with the Aegis problem. They took 2 lanes of Rex in a game in which they couldn't win a single team fight. There was just one explosive entry, and we are going to see the replay here. Dark Lord, he gets the vision with the swarm. The positioning, I think Albuquerque, of course, exceptional work there. Instantly finding the Enigma. He didn't have Black Hole for the fight, but NAVI to try and go for Roshan when they didn't have Black Hole, they didn't have everything available. It was a very, very ambitious play. And you could argue, did NAVI need to go for Roshan this quickly? Could they not have maybe waited? The Black Hole was 2 seconds on cooldown, as we saw as he just died there. If NAVI just showed 10-15 seconds of patience, should have been a completely different fight, but they got impatient, and that impatience might be sending them out of this qualifier. That Roshan was a complete undoing of what was a really, really nice comeback into this game. You're right. He also used the refresher orb as well. Or no, he.
I don't know what happened to a refresher.
Oh, shard, sorry, but yeah. Decision making not the best friends for NAVI there.
Now we are looking at those all-important buybacks. 4 minutes for Nefrit, 5 minutes for Sanctity, 6 minutes for Zayats. None of these will be up anytime soon. Roshan not respawning anytime soon either, but I can see a world where 9Pandas try and force this one, and it's such a lot of pressure on NAVI. They have now like 3 heroes that can pretty much solo kill Nefrit. He has to land these black holes. He has to. It's so much pressure. The egg as well. It's a really hard one to get off. And he went Shiva's guard on the Phoenix. That's crazy.
Pandas, they're walking up to the top lane. The bottom mid are pushed out at the moment. Pandas might want to go fix that if they aren't desperate to try and take that big fight for the mega creeps. It could be a bit spooky. And of course, Broodmother with the refresher. Double Hex. If he is able to find that wraparound onto a hero, it would be devastating. That amount of control the Brood will bring. Thanks for playing as well for the Void Spirit. They have so many different ways to lock heroes down at this in the game, and you see Solo on screen. He actually went back for an Aether Lens. He's had it some time though, but we didn't really talk about it. Those tombstone saves could be clutch. Yeah, could be very clutch.
Just another hero which you want to catch inside the black hole, or one-man black holes to just blow up and no buyback hero, something like that. It's just not going to be effective anymore. Oh dear, Zayats is in a very, very bad situation here. Albuquerque sees him, blink away, Zayats, BKB, TP out. They don't have the damage, I don't believe. Zayats will live for now. God. I like that banner collection, by the way.
How many banners are you packing?
Just a pair of banners inside the fountain.
Oh, you got two banners. Yeah. Don't start that. Don't continue that drawing.
Cycling the banners look right next to each other. Trapped inside the base. Sanctity, he's tempted. Yuragi, he's also tempted. Navi seem very incapable of sitting still when they see these 9Pandas heroes. It's really interesting.
I kind of wish Shiragi went back for a blink. As much as AC could be nice for the damage, we've seen how important Arcane Blink is to jump around the fight and just helps Seek with his mana pool, but Shiragi not opting for it. Imagine if he sees Rubick, you know, big jump stun, no threat. But the initiation to the rest of his team. Yeah. Sanctity's like, don't worry guys, I can deal with that. It's a fake comeback all along. Can Navi mount a second comeback?
Albaco's just hitting it. He's just saying, fuck it, I'll just hit the barracks. It's fine, what's gonna happen? He tries to throw some spells his way, not particularly convincing at the moment. Let's have a CK illusions on him from that Chaos Bolt Shard plus the Phantasmagoria. And here we go, jumps in on the back lines, but immediately we've got Kiyotaka jumping in, trying to find Zayat here. Where is Nefrit? He's very far back under the tier 4s. They'll chase off Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka now without BKB, without Manta, could be a real target. But it's very, very awkward. They found the Pangolier. Pangolier is gone, no buyback available. Yoragi being chased now by the Spider. Spider looking for the Phoenix. Black Hole needs to be quick here, and it will come down. And now the Black Hole on top of that as well with the Supernova. But there's a Tombstone save coming into the Weaver. Weaver, he's going to be able to get on the time lapse now. Dark Lord gets away. Oh, 9Pandas, they're playing it beautifully. The buyback's coming in here as well. That's going to go back on the stolen Black Hole. Oh no, they need to get away. Zayat's on the run. I'm not sure he can make it out. Rebound is going to be there, but no. Dark Lord says no, as does Sayu with the long range pokes, and they found Nefrit as well. Buyback is there, but unfortunately, there's no refresh. There's nothing to get this Black Hole back in play for them. No Supernova available as well, with only 3 heroes remaining and no cooldowns up. Navi, their time might be done. Albaca, Dark Lord hitting on the tier 4s, looking for the end here. Sure, they could go back and take Roche, but why would you when the victory is so close? Reg doing his best, trying to stand guard, but it's just so difficult. Oh, there's a dead Spider on my screen though. The illusions plus the poke from the Phoenix actually was enough to bring her down, and that's no buyback on the Spider. This is a turn of events here. You've got to be careful with that Sun Ray in the late game.
Solo just coming in so clutch in that fight. The Tombstone, the 8th lens, we just spoke about it, and then in that fight, it was so good.
And onto the Weaver with time lapse available. Like, I didn't know exactly if it was going to work. I was worried that if he spent too much time on the Tombstone, he was going to time lapse onto 0 HP, but nope.
I mean, it was so good, and of course, you know, Bruno did die to the bottle and pop, but again, that fight, if Solo doesn't hit that Tombstone, every single engagement for Navi, there's always like a narrative of what if this happened, what if that happened, you know, what if they waited for the Black Hole for the Roshan contest, what if Solo wasn't in a position to save the Weaver in that beautiful egg Black Hole coverage of that fight, and 9Pandas are just seeing through these little moments to ensure that they make the clutch plays to Navi. Very optimistically seem to be just running it down mid. After just doing the last Hail Mary. Hope to take the fight to them. 50 seconds Bruno buyback.
It's necessary. Where's Shannon?
True. They have a scan.
Shannon taking place right now.
Oh, we're gonna see the big play whilst we're doing Roshan.
Oh yeah.
Like the rules of the tickets and low HP to then get this and the BKB and then the Rubick still and then it's so close. It's so close.
Live Roshan has gone down. Weaver takes Aegis, refreshes Shard on Kiyotaka. Basically a whole toolbox of problems. Navi, they are coming in to fight this though. Unleash, you already used from Zayat. He finds Kiyotaka on the sidelines, trying to immediately just blow him up. Sayu's there though with the lift to slow him down as Kiyotaka moves across to Ragi, trying to take him down. Supernova has also been used, but now Black Hole out onto the Weedy Boat. Weaver getting low, but there's the Tombstone again. Solo's ready. Zayat was trying to look for him, but didn't close the gap, and now somehow the Weaver's going to live through it all. Black Hole off the table. Aegis still up for the Weaver as well. This is just a luxury, as now they'll take down the Chaos Knight, and with it, likely Navi's hoping they have a couple of buybacks to use here, but nothing on Zayat. Pangolier trying to run himself away, but Sanctity just doesn't roll very fast. He's got all those eggs inside of him. Looks like he might make it out in the end. All right, buyback on the CK. Marcy doesn't have it. Sure, 800 gold. Bought out for the Abyssal play, didn't pay off. Not getting too happy about that one at this point. No black hole critically. 60 seconds left. 60 seconds for 9Pandas to end this game.
His crew's coming out with refreshers. We will see one more black hole from the Enigma. They jump the Weaver.
Weaver getting low, but don't forget, this is your Aegis target, and Solo still hanging around in backlands. The black hole comes out onto the Spider-Man. Guess who's here? Solo once again has Nephrit's number, and then it's going to turn around. I mean, sure, Alpaca's low. He will lose his life, but still absolutely fine on the Weaver. They're running out of heroes. Only the Pangolin and the CK left to try and defend this one. They're trying their best. Dragon's actually surrounded by Radiant heroes who are just taking chunks out of him, and the Ancient will go down. Goodbye, Navi. Hello, 9Pandas.
Whew. And 9Pandas, what a way to win this game, because they were controlling the early game to then fall victim to the team fight of Navi, but showcase just individual talents to be able to bring it back once again. And of course, Navi are eliminated from TI13 qualifiers. And we instantly start with the biggest blunder of the day. I do not know why Navi was rushing this when their spells were on cooldown. It was as if they expected their opponent not to contest it or something, but they're taking the fight. They don't have the black hole, and